plugged in.
I ain't even like that. But I do love them boys though. Put them on camera.
You said what?
I do love them boys.
Oh, Adidas?
Yeah, put them on camera.
Shout out to Adidas. Yeah. This episode is sponsored by Adidas.
Oh, fucking, they commented on my stuff, on my picture.
Oh, yeah?
You didn't see that? Adidas LA? I don't know how official it is, but...
I didn't see that.
They commented. I had put, like, the tour up about the what I'm doing with the clothes and everything. Uh-huh. And it was like, yeah, see you in LA. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm sending a DM. Like,
see you in LA?
Yeah. And I was like, yo, let's work. But they never responded.
This boy about to be an Adidas brand rep for real.
Dead ass. I love
this
them,
nigga in the commercial.
Yeah. I'm fine with that, too.
How you feel about Nike? All right. Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Too Many Ideas Podcast. I think this is 32. Could be 33, but I think it's 32. We're going to start keeping track of that probably next episode. But, yeah, we got our man Luke over here. I don't know if you can even see this on camera. He's set up watching the game. That's why. Because we filmed it in the middle of the Browns game, and he's a huge Browns fan. I don't think anybody has ever said that before. No. But, yeah, go Browns, because I don't really care. Oh, well, they're playing the Bears. I kind of like the Bears. I used to be a Bears fan back in the day. Back when it was Devin Hester.
I was about to say Jay Cutler, but same shit.
Bro, you remember Devin Hester? That nigga was revolutionary.
Everybody wanted to be him. Like,
no, for real.
I feel like, I don't know.
He popularized, punt returns and kickoff returns. I remember the first time that nigga ran one of those back. Made it look too easy.
That's what I was saying. I feel like around that era of like football, punt returns were deadly. Like kicking the ball off was deadly. Now it's kind of like, okay, you're just kicking whatever. But now, I mean, Daniel was like, oh fuck, you just really never know.
Yeah. Niggas like Devin Hester ain't around no more. Yeah, for that kind of shit. But all right, cool. We can start off with some of this. Where you feel like starting? We got a variety of topics up right now. So.
I would go with the net runners. We were already talking about Adidas earlier and stuff, so we can kick it off with that.
Oh, yeah. So this past week, what was it, Friday? The net runners didn't drop. If you thought they dropped, it was all a facade. They was just on the fucking...
Oh, God, this one crazy.
Oh, man. If you thought they dropped, they did not. So don't feel bad if you didn't get them. Nobody did. But, yeah, the first iteration of the new... I think this is going to be the start of, like, all the knit Yeezy shoes, all the winter shits starting to roll out now, finally. Hopefully, to God, those boots drop in, like, December. I
hope.
And I get, like, a birthday blessing.
I hope I get a pair, bro. I hope I get sent something. Or even if I don't get sent, just a chance that I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because, like, can you pull up the Yeezy...
Season 8 boots.
Yeah, Season 8 boots. Because I know there's, like, more than one.
Yeah, there's a few colors. And
honestly,
they have a knit pair, too.
Yeah.
A knit type of boot.
Yeah, they have the ones that are kind of like neoprene.
Yeah, that was the ones he's been wearing.
Yeah. See, you got, like, those, and then, like, those black ones right there.
Nah, bro, the desert... What I'm pretty sure you can call it the desert Sandersons.
Could work, like, honestly. But I like that black pair all the way at the end of this row that you're on, Levi.
Really?
Them shits is hard.
I like more like the first pair, like they're kind of like grayish, greenish, and I like the tans.
With all of them shits is crazy. Like,
I wish like the people can see what we're talking about, but maybe
I'll try
insert
to
a
put
clip.
it up, since we're talking about it so heavily right now.
Yeah, but fire silhouette. I remember when I first seen the silhouette, it gave me like Oswego meat. Do you remember we were talking about that? Like Oswego meets like 750s. Like just the bottom is really like out there. And
it gives me moon boot vibes.
Yeah.
Like honestly, just like a better version of the Tom Sack moon boot shit.
So you said that at the beginning too, but I don't see that.
You don't see it?
I don't see it. I
see it with those right there. Those specifically.
Type in the wraps, Oswegos, and then like 750s. That's what it like. Just
I agree with you too. I agree with you too. But I'm just saying like the way that they're kind of like over it, like it seems like there's another shoe on the inside of that.
Oh, okay, like what?
That's the same thing. But yeah, definitely the Oswego's like
you see how like
the middle of the Oswego's is like at the bottom of
the
those.
Shoe. Yeah,
like
yeah.
Damn, Oswego's when those was popular, that was a
I've always thought the Oswegos had good elements. Like they kind of it was a little burnt out. You know, everybody thought they was like the beginning shoe to fashion at one point, but they always had good like design elements to the shoe.
Yeah. I definitely like those shoes. I never bought a pair, but I did like them.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have to buy a pair. I just traded or just took some from somebody. Like, I'm just going around too easy.
Yeah.
That's my favorite pair right there.
What? Which ones?
Those the 750s I was talking about them earlier.
Oh, those are the gums.
Yes, bro.
Bro, my favorites are the chocolates. Like I swear, if I would have ever got a pair of these, I probably would have never sold them. Like never sold them.
I did mine. I got my first 750s.
Yeah, the chocolates right there, bro. I love that color.
Well, you seen the chocolates for going for like $6, right? Remember?
Mm-hmm.
When we got the little shit.
Yeah. I wasn't having it back then, so I couldn't get them. But at the same time, the reason why I wouldn't really want to buy these online is because of how fucked up the sizings were back then. Like, you remember how like it was like 2 sizes too big for a lot of these shits?
That, and I also heard that's somewhat still going on with the knits and like the foam runners. That everybody's telling you to go a size up.
Yeah. I don't know why that is.
I think it's the material and the narrowness. Like you're not getting like your feet. I think it's about to happen with all shoes, by the way. But like I tried on a pair of 9.5, those Nike Dunks that's like comes messed up at the bottom, like the yellowness, and it's like acid on top. I can't remember what they're called right now.
They're the acid, like 1984 or something like that.
It's just hard. They're tough, right?
Yeah.
And this dude picked them up before I did, 9.5. And he was like, I'm going to try them on. So I was like, damn, I'm going to wait till he tries them on. He was like, they're too tight. I'm like, I'm a true 9.5, so they should work. Definitely too tight. And I'm noticing that like just the material I think like people are using for shoes now, when it's narrow, it's narrow. Like it's not like, oh, it just looks narrow. No, it is. You feel me? And I feel like all our shoes, even the foam runners come in really narrow like
they do.
The 750s, and so is the net runners. So if the material definitely forms to your feet. So after a while, we'll get a little bit more comfortable. Yeah. But that first couple of wears is definitely tough. I remember because Dre and Southside was like, the Yeezy slides fit too small, blah, 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 right? Everybody was saying that was a big complaint. And then I put them on. I was just like, these fit pretty straight to me, but I like my slides kind of tight, so whatever.
Yeah.
But
I got my regular size in those.
Yeah, as time went on, they were fine to me.
Yeah.
You did?
I still can't wear socks, so I gotta wear a whole 2 sizes up if I want to
wear socks.
Really?
Yeah. See, I just feel like it really depends on you. You know, everybody's feet is different, and everybody.
I don't have wide feet. So.
Yeah, me either. So, but that's one thing I think is gonna be a thing. Like narrow feet, wide feet, and all these shoes that people are doing is really going in. So we'll see how that adapts.
But with these,
safflowers, like the safflower
yeah,
in a half size up, and
still can't. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't wear socks with them. Yeah. See, these fucking shits, like, I remember when they first came out, and I remember when you had your pair. You had your pair in your size, and we basically were the same size. Put my foot in them shits, I was just like, yo, I need like 2 sizes down.
Yeah, this was huge.
Like, I probably could have got an 8 in these shits.
Those shits were huge. It was
so weird.
I don't know too much about the production of this shoe or what really went on for this shoe. You got to keep in mind this was the beginning of Adidas. And I think he used Boost for this as well.
Boost?
Yeah, he did. So it was just beginning stages. But yeah, the sizing was kind of a little bit of everywhere. Sometimes it might be too small. Sometimes it might be too big. And by too big, it was like huge. I had like a size 9.5, bro. That shit for like a 10.5, if that.
Yeah.
I had to double sock them hoes. I was still rocking them though.
Yeah.
Like,
see, and I wouldn't have been able to do it because they would have looked huge on me.
Oh, yeah,
being that I'm fucking short.
Exactly.
Like, you got to get these in a smaller size.
One thing I was never able to pull off with this shoe on the 750s, the gray ones, was the cream laces. I've always liked how they looked, but I never like did it myself. I gotta get these shits again. Like I was telling Levi, I want to get one pair of every Yeezy, like, you know, every silhouette. I don't want to have every single shoe he has. Just every like silhouette. And so 750s, 350s, 450s, and all that. But these especially, I was watching a podcast clip of something on Twitter or Instagram or something. I can't remember. And they were debating like, is the 350s up there with the ones, with the Jordan 1s? And I don't think so. I think these are. But I can understand why you can't say that, because these aren't accessible as the Jordan 1s. They don't get released and all that.
Yeah, see, but it's hard to say that because, like, impact-wise, yeah, maybe. But at the same time, like, when you think about the 350s and how many the colorways they came out with, like, and how the one... And where the ones were, maybe you could say that for the 750s. Like, first iterations where they had like a few colorways that was like super crazy. Like, you know, you got your Chicagos, you got your Breads, you got your... But where the ones are now and how like every colorway that drops is like...
accessible.
It's accessible, and like it's actually like people like them. People wear them all the time. They're more like 350s now. Yeah. But yeah, these shits were crazy, man. This was a... beautiful time for fashion.
I'm gonna use this.
Well, beautiful time for sneaker culture, I should say.
I'll use this segment to go into our next segment. I think like not Kanye. Oh, Kanye did help that too. But this, to get into our next point on the small brands. I just been noticing on Twitter, Instagram, just social media in general that all these brands are working with like bigger companies. I'm gonna put quotation marks around small and big because I just feel like the line is extremely blurred at this point. I've seen a lot of like designers. I'm not saying their DIY phases working with like True Religion, or hearing people pulling strings at Supreme and
True Religion is doing specifically them. They're doing a lot of collabs with. I don't want to call them small, like you said.
Yeah, I don't want to say that.
I don't want to belittle them or anything, but just lesser known, artists and brands, and still up and coming,
taking chances and shit like that. Same with Urban Outfitters. I've seen them working with a few people now, and like
I don't even know if I would even call it taking chances at this point, because it's just like I feel like it's happening for a reason, and I feel like they're going to them because
what's the word
when you think about a brand
longevity.
like True Religion, yeah, trying to keep longevity and also trying to touch a different what would you call it? Not, I don't want to say like demographic.
No.
Yeah, touch a different demographic, and just trying to keep their pulse on what is new and
fashion.
I
I think True Religion is a little too late to the party, but all it takes nowadays, and it's so sad, is like a couple of good influencers. You start getting yourself in the right market. I'm not saying you're about to be a billionaire, but you can start seeing some where the direction needs to go.
Yeah.
And I think True Religion can definitely still stay afloat. I mean, bro, it's True Religion. People still love them,
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea, but I know they're a respected brand and do what they do. I would love, like I told JoJo, I'm like, bro, if I got to collab with True Religions, I'll go crazy. Just make sure I can put the Trues like on the inside, like the True logo, like somewhere. I'll do something crazy. But anywho, like I personally feel like True Religion, Urban Outfitters, and all the other brands that are collabing with other people, they're just trying to make sure they're somewhat hip. I feel like I've always felt like when I've been in New York and I keep in touch with my friends there, they've always been working with Adidas, always been working with Nike, like some type of connect or remodeling the store with them or putting out merchandise with them. And I always felt like that was a New York thing. But now I'm starting to notice like, like people are getting hip to like, when Kid Super started off, I think they were working with Adidas at first. They did a couple like installations, if I'm not mistaken, and now they're, I think, fully signed with Puma. You feel me?
Yeah.
And now I think that was like a great, for me, if I'm looking on the outside in, us like Puma being happy as fuck because Kid Super ended up being an LVMH contender. You know what I mean? And I think he won. I'm not sure if he won. I can't remember, but for young designers or whatever. But basically, him being even up there, he got co-signed from Virgil, all like the LVMH house and everything like that. Him being up there after the co-signing of Puma, in the industry world, it's like, okay, Puma was hip. You know what I mean? Kind of like when my fault, when Adidas signed Y3, Yoji, you feel me? And continued to build that. And then Adidas with Raf and all that. Like, it was saying like, hey, we notice you guys. And we want to give you guys a recognition and to do what you want to do. So I feel like we're kind of we're playing with that era right now, where people are kind of like testing, like seeing what can work.
Yeah, and it's getting just like deeper because if you think about, Y3 and Yoji, they and Raf, they were established just elsewhere.
Exactly.
Now it's less established,
literally like
brands
a lot,
and artists and everything, which I think is cool because it's just like it's giving everybody bigger opportunities, growth and all that kind of stuff. But like I think it's happening a lot because of how fast fashion is moving right now.
No, bro.
And like new trends, new everything. So you got to kind of like pick up someone all the time.
It's sad. I think it's happening because people just not tapped in. It's just so many rooms I've been in. We could probably all say the same thing where people just
I definitely agree with that.
Really don't know what's going on in the world of fashion. Fuck that pop culture. You feel me? So it's like,
and it's so easy to just pull up Instagram.
Yeah, and then find someone that's you feel me?
Go pick it up.
And so like it's great, but it's also like really fucking sad and really scary because I've always said this about social media. Just as fast as you get picked up, it can be dropped, So let's say one of these women or one of these men get picked up as an upcoming designer and they're getting the fame, getting the love, and okay, now we're done with you. And then your designs are being used, not you, but your designs are still being used. You have to know a lot more with your, I'm not gonna say just fashion and clothes, but with your work and your craft now, because at any given moment you could really pop, bro, and you have to make sure that you're ready for that because you might not get a second chance, So
and I don't know if I've seen anybody who has had like one of those True Religion collabs have like a comeback collab with them,
Well, not yet. It's too soon to say that. We're talking about what the people we're like referring to right now. Kind of what we're saying. Yeah, it's too soon to say that. But I think they're in a test making tasting section of what they're doing, and the reason why I say it's too soon is because I feel like they're going to see who probably did the best, what do people actually gravitate to. With those brands, I would assume they look at a lot of analytics.
Yeah.
Like, of course, okay, let's say they didn't sell well, but our likes went up. People really gravitated to this woman or this man, So it's hard to say, but I do believe that we're in an era where I don't want to say small, but the upcoming people, can go from upcoming to the shit in a matter of seconds. And really, and one person that's coming to my mind is Blue. Like in a matter of a year, Blue Boy is really shot up, and it hasn't even been just strictly designed like, hey, I want to make the best clothes. It's been like, no, I know what I want to do, and you're gonna get with it or not. You feel me?
And his homie just did a whatchamacallit collab, didn't he? A True Religion collab.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Elijah. That's another person I'm talking about. Like he did a collab. He did even a pop up experience. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's like Blue did Sprite. Blue did damn. What's the show called? The Hype, right? Yeah, the Hype.
Yeah, the Hype.
And then he's also doing another thing with Sprite, and I probably got other things, but
I still gotta watch that show because I know he didn't win, but I didn't see anybody else to really like compare him to on that show. I didn't know anybody else except for what was that dude's name? Guaca.
Oh yeah. I can't pronounce his name.
I don't know how to pronounce his name either.
Wole. That's what they was calling him on the show. I think that's what he goes by. He's fire. Wole was fire. Kept the same aesthetic that he brings on Instagram, which was fire. Good to see like the clean silhouette army type of look. Everybody was fire on there. There was some things I feel like was meant for dramatics. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's a reality show.
I didn't like it. If you're gonna go reality, go all the way. Like I feel like I would have liked to see them go home and all that shit or whatever. But Blue Boy was fire. Wole was fire. Kai was extremely fire. I think Justin ended up winning the show. I haven't finished watching it. After Blue Boy and Wole left, I was kind of off it. And I still felt like, to me personally, not just being like trying to sound sexist, like a nigga should have won it. I don't think the right women were in that show. When you guys get a chance to watch it, you kind of see like they all were kind of like, to be streetwear, they were hands on and can do streetwear things, but I don't think they were streetwear designers. You know what I mean? Like it's different when you kind of like battle in between both, especially when you're coming up fashion. The lines are blurred on what you want to do, but I don't think their mind or how they went about their clothes like, oh, this is streetwear, But this is how I viewed it. I could be wrong. Back to the conversation. I feel like Blue Boy, everybody would just name it. Everybody was on that show. No one on that show had like, oh, I'm 1 million followers or nothing to be on a show. You feel me? So that's amazing.
So I wanted to ask, and I don't know if you know, but his like someone I would think that might have gotten picked up for something like this is Jeb. Has Jeb got picked up for like a?
You said Jeb?
Like a bigger brand
I thought so too.
Or anything?
That's what a lot of people were saying that too. Yeah.
On the Hype.
So
I wasn't saying that necessarily, but just like one of these like collabs like with True Religion or this person or that person. I'm not sure if he's done anything like that.
I'm not sure if he put this on his Instagram. I know something that he declined. I think he did put this on his Instagram. I just knew about it before he did. I'm just not trying to put his business out there. It's nothing crazy, but like Zoomies offered him to buy the horns. So people that don't know Jebediah, cool designer, fire dude. I won't say made the horns, but he uses the horns to his advantage and definitely brought it in a style and fashionable way. And people, everybody has ran with the horns, and really everybody has ran with this kind of like borderline personality wear. That's what I like to call it. Like, hey, I like seeing this on anime, or I like seeing this on characters that I watch. Now I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
What are those conventions called?
Like Comic-Con.
Yeah, I think fashion. Like I'm not giving all the credit to Jeff. I don't want to make that. I want to make that clear. But I think he helped progress that, that kind of image between the two. And I don't think that's like a bad thing at all, because it's your personality. If you like it, you wear it. If you wear it on your sleeve, essentially what they say.
Yeah.
So
he like with the backpacks, with the rings and all that shit like that. Like,
and he's not the first or the last person to do it. Jeremy Scott kind of helped it as well, and there's a lot of other designers. You can go back and say the dude that people try to say Virgil was copying. I can't remember his name right now. He did the teddy bear on the clothes and all that stuff. Can't remember his name right now. So no, not him. You're talking about the other designer. No, I'm talking about the actual. Doesn't matter. Whoever knows fashion and watches this will know exactly what I'm talking about. But anywho, he was offered a deal from Zoomies, but they wanted to buy his designs. He wouldn't have been able to sell it no more or get credit for it.
Definitely not a good one.
So he didn't want to do it. And he said I think he posted this, if I'm not mistaken. But he ended up making more money than they offered him anyway. You feel me? But when it comes to people like him versus like a Wole and I think a Blue Boy, and so I'm trying to tread lightly when I say this. It's not like a bad thing at all. But Jebediah is more of a designer. And the aspect of, you take my design, I'm gone. I post my design, I'm leaving. Here's this new drop. All right, I'm gone. Wole, Blue Boy, they were more of like the whole thing. Like people like them. People like their designs, but people like them. I can't really speak for anybody else because that's the only people I kept up with from the show. Yeah. So I do think that's kind of a thing that matters. Like, your designs could be fire. You could be making a lot of money. And that's why I think a business might come up to you to buy it rather than trying to collab with you.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I
definitely
mean?
for like a show, you have to have like that personality. And,
Yeah.
you know, you have to be to be on like a reality show. You got to be kind of front facing, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're the best, but you're like, and you have the whole package, really.
Yeah, and that's no shot at Jeb or anybody else. I'm just saying, I feel like, you know, even if he was to, which we could get him on here, but I think he would say that himself. Like, he's really been someone I've watched that just, here's my designs. I like it, honestly. Like, here's what it is. And here's, you know, a couple months later, people will probably steal it, jack it, whatever, but just make sure y'all know when I dropped it, you know? So versus like a Blue, I feel like Blue is like everywhere, from the business and these meetings, like he say, like, you getting his shit, you feel me? So one thing all I got to say with these small businesses coming up is like, even including myself, it just scares me to know, like, before you might be able to get away with just dropping designs, you know, and building yourself up and doing your own thing. But now it's kind of like, bro, you got to worry about people stealing your shit and making more money than you.
Oh, yeah.
In a matter of seconds. And then it's like, it's just a lot of shit. Like,
and it's not even just like making more money, but getting the credit or the, you know, notoriety for like, hey, this is the guy that did this. But wait, I did this months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I just did it to probably a smaller platform. It didn't get picked up on High Snobiety or, you know, Hype Beast or anything like that, but I was doing it.
And that's what, like, you know, there's a pro and con to that, because I feel like it makes your come up a little bit more authentic when you know when you don't have the blogs or whatever. But it also hurts it, because it's like someone's getting credit for what you did, and at the end of the day,
they probably saw you did, and they just took it.
At the end of the day, what's original, but at the end of the day, credit is due where it's due. You know, that's why pages like Diet Prada is, you know, so big. But I'm gonna end my note with this. I like it overall. Small businesses, I'm put quotation marks, 'cause I don't want to belittle anyone, but businesses that are on the come up, growing.
Yeah, and growing businesnesses.
There we go. I like that. So growing businesses, working with established businesses is like, I think at the end of the day is like very good.
Yeah.
You know, it's a learning curve for some people, and it will be a learning curve for everyone if you get an opportunity. But I think it's something that we can all kind of like push. Now the pros and the cons to me go more so on the aspect of fashion than the individual. And what I mean by that is, like, as an individual being in that business or being in that field, I'm happy. But like I've told you guys before, to me, it still blurs the line. If there should be any, that's a different conversation. It blurs the lines of like, okay, is streetwear just being thought out right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is streetwear literally running fashion?
That was about to be my next question.
You know,
like,
so that's why.
What is this effect on fashion as a whole? You know what I mean? And I feel like it could be good, but it could also be really bad for like our, you know, growing businesses, because, you know, you're going to get funneled in and you're going to get treated well at first, you know, and you do all this stuff, you do all these, because you got to think about it like logistically, like someone gets a collaboration with True Religion, and some stuff drops, you know, stuff comes out from the True Religion collaboration, but when you look at everything that they did, there's probably a lot of stuff in there that doesn't actually officially comes out. What happens to that kind of stuff? You know, who keeps it? Does the artist keep it? Does True Religion keep it? Is there any kind of like, you know, if you don't put a parameter on that, then it's just like months later, a year later, now True Religion is dropping some shit that you did for them, and it's theirs. And, you know, you don't get no credit, you don't get no money off of that.
What makes me like scared as like a designer is just like I told you guys, like I've always felt like, I like this word, the growing business market, the number that you would put on our business was going up. So like $50 for a shirt is about to be normal. Just a regular shirt could just have your name on it.
Oh no, I done got used to it.
Yeah, it's about to be normal, which is
t-shirt.
completely fine. I'm not against people putting, you know, money to their worth.
$50 Gildan.
Wait, bro, that's another conversation. There's nothing wrong with Gildan. Like, we've been buying it for years. It's just it's just now that to the point of Kanye West and all these other niggas like, hey, you guys bought this for years without knowing. I'm not going to lie to you. This is Gildan. Okay, that got me. Like, it doesn't matter. You feel me? I hate for a Gildan t-shirt, you've bought it for years.
No, I'm nothing wrong with the Gildan, but it's just like
yes, you have. I promise you've bought a Gildan shirt.
Yeah, you bought a Gildan. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I haven't bought a Gildan, but when I was first buying Gildans, they wasn't $50, $75, $100 Gildans.
But you didn't know that. You didn't know that though. That's my point. Before people cared enough to hide and rip the tag and swap it or whatever the case.
I'm just saying I wasn't buying 50 and 75. And
you're saying there's just a price point in general. Yeah. Okay,
that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
I got you because
Gildan was just like I brand out there.
Yeah. So like the more, you know, push and do your own business and DIY becomes a thing, we're all gonna be more hip to price points and what the blank is and what this is, bro. How much it costs to make a fucking It costs $20 to make a Nike shoe. What do you think that is? A Gildan shirt?
Yeah, it's all bullshit. Like,
so that's what I'm saying. Why are we complaining? Because it has the tag in it. Mm-hmm. That's all we're saying.
I'm not saying I'm stopping buying it, but it's just so crazy.
But think about how materialistic that is, and we're all materialistic. But think we're mad that we're spending this much because it has Gildan in it. Like what the fuck?
I mean, even if it didn't have the Gildan in it, it would just be
Gildan exactly.
Yeah. But like even
that's so
for
crazy.
For the cause like Brooklyn t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
They was only $35, so I wasn't too mad. But when they came in, I was just like, yo, I could rip this shit right now. Like that's how cheap it is.
Like to me, foam runners, they're being sold for $8, right?
Mm-hmm.
$8, right?
$8 retail.
Imagine how much they're being made for. It gotta be like $10. Mm-hmm. And maybe that. Man, cents. We can look it up honestly, but I'll give it anywhere from $5 to $15 max. I don't think it'd be anything past 15. I could be wrong, but anywho,
because I feel like it's just getting the foam and then like cutting.
Yeah, it started off as a 3D thingy, right? I forgot what they call it. But anywho,
if you get the 3D, if these are like able to be 3D made, like that process is so much cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. So anywho, back to like while Levi looked up the price of the foam runners, I feel like at the end of the day, what I'm most scared about when it comes to people collaborating and the lines of fashion is that at the end of the day, we're all going to be buying the same thing for different price points. At least. And I'm not trying to sound like this guy, like, oh, I want things to go back to how it used to be. I'm not saying that at all. But at least when you thought of Louis Vuitton, you thought of Dior, you thought of Balenciaga, you thought of high fashion. You thought of shit that you didn't like. At this point, it's not liking Balenciaga and it's not liking Louis Vuitton. It's not liking the price point. That's it. Like before, I will go into a Louis Vuitton store and be like, nah, this is not for me. And that's fine. Now I go in, I fuck with the shit. But why do I fuck with it? Because it looks like shit that my contemporaries, what's the word I'm looking for? Is that my contemporaries?
Yeah, no. Contemporaries.
Yeah.
Like people, like fashion people that you are around. Like, yeah.
The people I company with and like, they're making the same shit for a whole lot cheaper. Yeah. You know what I mean? And not saying there's always going to be the bootleggers that play around and just having fun when throwing your dish shots and all that shit. You know, we'll get into mischief. That's what they do, having fun, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking no knock at that. All I'm saying is like, I'd rather support my nigga making a shirt that's somewhat has the same elements of a Louis Vuitton shirt, and I know who's designing a Louis Vuitton shirt because it comes from a streetwear background.
Yeah, no,
and then to me, and to keep it authentic, that streetwear background, to me, it makes more sense to buy from the nigga that's I know making the shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you know this about me, but I buy from all of my friends and all my people that I actually know. Like, cool, I complain about the $50 t-shirts, but that's more so from like niggas that I don't know buying a $50 t-shirt. But you know, I think it's really important and really good now that, you know, people are able to kind of like fashion design, do what they want to do and make a business out of it. And, you know, I'm all about supporting small businesses, of course, like black owned businesses, you know.
Yeah, bro, I'm all for
smaller brands. I'm glad that people are, that's what I was trying to say. I'm glad that people are able to make more than just t-shirts now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They can make literally everything from even like with you know, it was first you was cutting and sewing pants, and now you can get them manufactured and produced.
I remember
Jude was able to do that.
I'm never gonna forget when Mars was like, I think it's like, I don't even know if you remember this, but we had just moved into the new crib, so it had to be like 3 years ago now.
Yeah,
right?
3 years ago.
And you were like, yo, have you ever thought about manufacturing? I was like, bro, I want to so bad, but I don't think I'll ever be able to afford it. Like, I remember that conversation. I remember that like at the back of my head, and then back at the top of my head. And I was just like, think about it last night. Every night, bro, you know, I'm working, designing, JoJo, whatever. Every night we're on, like, when 2-3 o'clock comes, because, you know, China and all not really Pakistan. Pakistan really responds to be in the afternoon the next day. But, you know, on the other side of the world, wakes up and we're going to sleep, whatever, and we're on our phones just text. I just be thinking, bro, isn't it so crazy that whatever design I make, I can literally have it be sent out and start the production, like, the next day, you know? Yeah. And that, the fact people were scared that like, oh my God, too accessible, it's gonna ruin fashion. I love it because it's like those creatives. I think there's a room for creatives now, and I've been saying this. Like, anybody can be a creative. You don't have to be a designer. You don't have to be a movie maker. If you just have an idea, just go do it. Like, it's what's the word I'm looking for? Clinton was telling me like direct to consumer or something like that, or term. Where it's just like you want it, you got it. That's it. Like just one step and it's right there. And so I like it. because I feel like it breaks down the barriers, not barriers. It breaks down like the rooms of designing. Like, oh, I can't run a brand, so I can't be a designer. No, I want to make novelties. I want to make a hat that's backwards, that stays backwards. Like that's your thing. You can do that now. And so I love it, and it definitely spices up the game. But like I said, when that hat made backwards, my man Levi was broke and making a living off of that. That hat made backwards, Louis Vuitton was making thousands off of that.
No, for
and,
real.
and it's no longer like that is street world. That are these people's thing. It's more like, no, this is what everyone's thing.
Yeah.
And so, like I said,
it's a gift
there's
and a
pros
curse.
and cons to that. And I'm not trying to make it seem like it's just a bad thing, but I do want to make it clear that streetwear did start on a more personal basis to a certain crowd of people that came together and felt like they knew one another just off the clothes, just off of what you was wearing, off of how distressed your pants were. And now it's like, nigga, you can be a millionaire, distressed up pants and looking cool. Niggas was calling people, let's not forget, Yeezy Season 1, he was homeless. I really thought about how the Yeezy season has grown, and it's crazy. All Kanye clothes was called homeless. Everybody got distressed pants, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody got distressed jackets, bro. You feel me? H&M, Balenciaga,
And all
everybody.
the big, like, singular color shit. Like that's a thing for
Oh
everybody.
yeah, and now everybody was like, oh, the colors are just uniform and just one color everything. This looks like what they were saying. I mean, it did, but it looked like Hunger Games and this and the third. And funny jokes now. It's a thing, and I'm not saying
Yeezy. Fashion Nova doing that shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying they are actually.
Like,
I'm not saying Yeezy started that
brands.
because there was definitely brands, playing with the same thing, and it's definitely gonna be to go forth. But I'm just saying, like,
and there's some brands even now today who do it really well and make very nice, like in the same kind of vein,
I just feel like I'm interested to see where it goes. I mean, I'm part of the game in the sense of making clothes, and that's one thing you brought about. We talked about something light. That's why I love brands like Beach Joy, even Half Evil. Who can I think around? Nick Holiday. There's a lot of brands I like. These are just people coming to my head right now. That kind of, I've been asking JoJo this for a while. Oh, Palace, by the way. That has their lane, and they
Palace
know
has been super consistent,
and that knows their lane, right? And I'm not saying they stick it in like, okay, we can't do nothing else, but people come to their lane. You feel me? Like, I don't think people know that Palace is huge overseas, bro.
No, for real.
Like, the US kind of played with it like, oh, it's a trend, but no, that shit never stopped.
When you go to London, you gonna see niggas in Palace like it's fucking Supreme.
Exactly.
Like it's fucking Nike. Really.
Like, bro, and that's what I love. That's why I'm like, when
hard.
when Virgil's like streetwear you're dead, I'm like, no, it's not. Because there's still people buying clothes for the authenticity of the clothes, not just the name. People care about the brand, the message, what they're standing for. And I love Palace, and I love all the brands I named. And if I miss saying you, don't take it personal. But like, a lot of things I'm seeing, and I'm trying to like kind of figure out my own business. You can stay in your lane. People will come. You doing your thing. You believe in yourself. You keep working. People will come. And that's one thing with Palace. Like, they work with Adidas to make jerseys, niggas. To remake the Olympics, bro. Remake the Olympic jerseys, bro. So it's like, we're talking about a streetwear brand, a skateboard brand. It says Palace Skateboard. You feel me? And they're going that far. And not ever. They're not getting Louis Vuitton. You feel me? Collaboration. They're not getting an Off-White. They're not getting any of those sorts. They're staying in their.
Been offered it.
Maybe honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. But they're staying in their lane, and I don't want to say like staying in a negative term, but they're staying in their pocket, what they choose to do and what they want, and people are coming to them. And that's fire, and that's what I'm trying to do with my business, and that's what I love about streetwear. And at the end of the day, regardless if you want to take it right now and use it and exploit it, whatever the case got to be, there's always gonna be streetwear brands that stay where they're at that will continue to push the lines. You feel me? There's gonna be another Off-White. Off-White kind of helped this to where the bridge, the gap between high fashion. There's gonna be another one. You feel me? There's gonna be other brands, other trends. So it's just interested to see, man.
Yeah, everything being for everyone is giving us a lot, and it's giving a lot of, like I said, like our growing businesses, a lot of opportunities. But at the same time, it's like it could go too far to the point where now something that you make, Louis Vuitton comes back and they make it, and they done paid the same price as yours for production, but then they charging $1,000 more for it. But someone don't want to spend $150 on your pants, but they'll go and spend $1,000 on the Louis V pants to look exactly the same.
My thing with that, I don't really care about the price difference, honestly, because that's gonna happen regardless. Gas, cars, everything uses the same parts, different price. You feel me? So that's gonna happen regardless. My thing is the market, the people that's receiving it, not knowing. You feel me? That's my thing. Like, I, this kid, or I, this black male in my house, struggling, thinking of all these ideals, whatever it's gonna be, or coming up with my story for my brand, to know that someone else is buying the same exact thing.
Yeah, this is
or similar to it and have a whole different perception of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this isn't up here, but we brought it up in the group. I'm surprised Levi didn't put it up here. As mad as he was, but Fortnite by Balenciaga.
Oh yeah.
Like this fits right into this conversation.
We're gonna say that. We're gonna say that because there's gonna be something light. Remember, we're gonna say something light for that.
Oh, we're gonna say this for something light. Okay.
Fuck it. You want to just bring it up?
Yeah, we got to get into it now, bro. Levi was pissed, and I think all of us understood.
Yeah,
Fortnite Balenciaga is who is that made for?
Yeah,
like expensive ass Balenciaga shit for Fortnite kids.
Yeah,
like we don't even play Fortnite. We're too old for Fortnite.
Yeah.
We play Warzone. Shout out to Warzone. But Fortnite is literally for kids, and now that's kind of like it's a little dangerous because you're just kind of like introducing kids younger and younger and younger to very like expensive shit. And at that point, it's going to kind of like skew people's understanding of what's good, quote unquote, fashion versus what's not.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be like, you're going to have 5-year-olds want to get, Balenciaga and get like Prada and this, that, and the third. And now I just feel like it changes a lot of things, and we haven't seen the effects yet. Right, because but I think we're gonna keep on seeing.
That's like Nintendo doing a collab with Louis Vuitton. We're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
that's like a Comic Con, all anything ending with a con to do a high fashion collab. It's like, bro, those people can't afford that.
Yeah, exactly.
They can fully be where they're at. Like, you feel me? That's a great point. I wish Levi. He's probably in the same mood he was, but Levi was extremely. I gotta talk to the camera.
He was pissed.
Levi was extremely pissed.
And was yelling
and people have been calling for the cancellation of Dema for a long time. And so it's not shocking that he did that. What's shocking to me, and I've always thought this, never going to say, I love Kanye, is the fact that Kanye is so obsessed with him. Because, like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know the guy, so whatever. But I don't see the artistic integrity line or anything when it comes to Dema. His earlier work, though, it was there. But, and that's why I always tell people when it comes to my business, and I can only use myself as an example, that I never want to be as far as a Dema or as a Virgil and all these people, because there's lines that you just kind of gotta go cross because it's just not your brand. You're just creative directing this brand. You know what I mean? You're just leading it. So at the end of the day, Balenciaga is telling this man to keep relevant, keep us good, and keep money in our pocket. And that's a smart move. You feel me? Travis Scott had the collab. There's going to be more collabs with Fortnite. Now, does it make sense? It's two different things. But the fact that we're talking about it, and they probably sold well, is all that matters. You feel me?
And the fact that it sold well is like the craziest thing, because now you got people buying something from Fortnite.
I don't know if it sold well.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did, because you got to think like people who are into Balenciaga are going to see that and see, even though it's Fortnite and the designs are absolute shit, they're still going to buy it because it's Balenciaga.
Yeah.
And Fortnite kids are going to be like, Mom, I got to get this Fortnite Balenciaga hoodie.
Like,
this
and to me,
$900.
And to me, like I'm saying, like, it's just so crazy. Fortnite went to being a game, a joke. No one cared for it. We all was having fun with it. To niggas getting tutors and trainers to become better at Fortnite. To not look at it.
Look, Fortnite is out of stock.
Fortnite, I mean, that's going to end up on a sample sale. But anywho, Fortnite, Balenciaga, like this, you know what I mean? The evolutions of the shit is crazy.
Bro, they have a denim jacket. Kids don't even wear denim jackets. This is ridiculous. I didn't see all of this stuff. Keep scrolling down, Levi. Yeah, it's really just like caps and hats.
No, it's really merch.
Yeah,
it's a merch,
and that's what's so disgusting about it. Like $900, $500, $400 merch.
This could have been.
Come on now.
This could have been Fortnite merch, creative directed or courtesy of Dema or courtesy of Balenciaga. Virgil has done that numerous of times. Or like collaboration with, and it's literally just his name of Virgil or something, and it's like the merch
and
thing.
And the price points are better.
Yeah, and the price points are better.
Like when he did the shit like at the high, like those t-shirts, it was like they was affordably priced, and then the shit went on sale. It was even more affordably priced. Like, but this shit is just ridiculous. Oh, they winning?
Touchdown again, my boy. Anywho, that's a great point. The people that are playing this game, the people that, bro. This is, I'm the whole time out on this. If the person that brought Fortnite to the masses, I'm gonna give him that, the forerunner. What you call him? What would you call the person that like steered the ship? What would you call that?
The what would you call him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The revolutionary.
Trendsetter. I guess there's a whole bunch of words.
What's the word term for it or the old term for it, bro? Whatever.
The innovator. I was
gonna say that.
I thought you was asking for a specific person. I was gonna say that nigga with the blue hair.
Yeah, Nick. I mean, not Nick. Ninja.
Yeah, Ninja.
If Ninja himself has been on credit on, I think giving credit, I should say, and been on film, video, picture, everything, any platform you can think of to say, he's never been in the clothes, he never really afford him himself, which we have to, believe that he is as big as he is, and there's a lot of people like him playing the game. If he probably wouldn't even buy this shit, why the fuck is there a collab for it?
Yeah, exactly.
If Michael Jordan ain't wearing Dior or don't like Dior, it shouldn't be a Michael Jordan and Dior collab.
Yeah.
They were made for people as such of Michael Jordan's background. I'm not gonna say you have to be Michael Jordan to wear his shit. I'm just saying to understand where he came from. You like who he is. You like what he stands for. You feel like you're not one with him, but you just understand him. And so if you understand the game of Fortnite, who it's for, and the people alike, there's no way this is made for them, or they weren't intended for.
I would be curious to see how much this shit is like on like the actual Fortnite game, because like how they have the shit in game, and I feel like it's related to NFTs. I don't want to get into a whole conversation about that, but I think it has something to do with that.
At the end of the day, though, shout out to Fortnite for keeping this fucking relevant for so long. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know anybody who plays Fortnite, but I always see them with.
Shout out to Fortnite, bro. I think there might be on the longest span of relevancy when it comes to a game. I'm not gonna lie.
No, for real.
They've been keeping up with collabs, keeping up to date with.
And it's crazy because they
artists.
got so big so fast.
And it was free. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
It still is, right?
It is. It's just
fire.
People pay for the stuff
Different things,
in the game. Like
fire. Shout out to Fortnite, bro. Deadass.
Fortnite is really
and that's what I'm saying. They're doing it right.
Yeah.
They're sticking to them. They didn't go to Balenciaga. Oh my God, this was a great example. Balenciaga came to them. I'm almost sure. Or maybe some middle ground or whatever.
Nah,
but
they came to them.
They're keeping to them. You feel me? So shout out to Balenciaga, bro. My fault. Shout out to Fortnite, bro. Deadass. Man, Fortnite, bro. Insert somewhere here.
And it's crazy. It's just really crazy. I don't want to just like keep on going about Fortnite, but like the shit that they did and they just introduced.
What's so funny? When I first got Fortnite vibes and I continue to see the game, I just think of like what's this called? Ready Player One. I just get that vibe from the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we got to continue this conversation on something like. But this is because I really think if Fortnite never existed, we might not have NFTs like we have right now.
Because it's like so like real life, virtual, real life. Like it's
you
playing a real
stuff for your character in the game. It's like The Sims on steroids.
But and it's playing a real role in life. Like it's just crazy. Yeah. But anywho. Moving on.
Yeah. We can move on to this mischief shit. We've been talking a long time already.
Nigga said shit, but let's speed through it. So mischief, Chick-fil-A sandwich. Kick it off. I'll take it from there.
Mischief is doing a scroll back up, Levi. I want to read the title. Mischief is selling Chick-fil-A on Sundays. That's pretty much the headline right there. Like,
so people were saying they're repackaging old chicken sandwiches they bought from the day before, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they're changing the packaging to 666. Ironic. And they're going with the fact that they're mischief, so it's a play on devilish, but mischief fun. You get the gist. And they're just being trolls. I love it.
No, for real.
Hate it.
Super
love
trolls.
it. What Anthony Fantano say?
What?
Insert Anthony Fantano clip. Hate it, love it, whatever.
That's the best.
Yeah.
What should I write next?
I love it. I always love stuff like this. It's fun. It gets the people going. Fuck it. Who's gonna stop them?
This is really funny because
I hope they don't actually sell it and get in any trouble with like hurting someone or it being. I don't think a day old is gonna kill anyone though. But
because people have done this before. That's what I was about to say. Like
just restart chicken sandwiches. Yeah.
I sent you that TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Where they was going through on the Saturday and buying all the chicken sandwiches, and then literally posting up right at that Chick-fil-A to sell those chicken sandwiches. That fucking video, the other one, which wasn't related to that, but it was funny because lady drove through the Chick-fil-A line and bro walked up to the car like, "What you want? Chicken sandwich? I had a chicken sandwich." Like that shit was fucking hilarious. And that's the thing about them. Like they always like take relevant, like kind of like funny shit and make it into like a whole like branded scheme thing. Like
the only reason people take this so serious is because it's like you said, it's branded. It's like a whole rollout.
It's officialized.
Yeah,
like,
it looks so official.
Yeah, you got the 666 bags. You got the chicken sandwich. It looks like they took their pictures in the same place that Chick-fil-A takes their pictures.
I would love to do a collab with them niggas. That shit is hard. It's fun. It's funny.
That shit is really funny.
Well, let's move on.
What's next?
Yay documentary. Kick that off.
Okay, so Go to the tab, Levy.
Levy.
So we got a crazy, nah, it's not crazy. I won't say crazy, but we got an announcement. This has been in the works for a long, long time, but the Kanye West documentary, Gene, yes, don't know why that name, is coming out sometime soon. I think they said 2022. Got our first preview of it on Netflix. I think it was the sessions where he was making what was that song? College Drop? I mean, not.
It was
not the song.
It was College Dropout era.
Oh, two words. Yeah, from College Dropout, and this documentary is supposed to be what 20 years in the making. Okay, so it says it right here. It follows West over a 20-year period. Shows behind the scenes.
That shit that come out to 2022, the end of 2022.
Oh, really? That's what it says.
It said late 2022, did it not?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's even gonna have some shit about his 2020 presidential campaign bid in there. What do you expect from this documentary?
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 off rip. I'm gonna be honest.
Without watching it.
The only thing I can make it a 10 out of 10 if they show the true sides of Kanye actually like losing his shit, like the raw like, fuck the Weeknd sending a wrong vocal or Pusha T saying some wild shit. If they show that, it's 10 out of 10 for me. Gang.
You know what I want to see? I want to see the full of that clip where Kanye was shitting on Chance about his album being a fucking flop. I want to see the full, because we didn't really get to see how Chance reacted.
This nigga's preying on his downfall. Yeah,
I'm not preying on his downfall. Yeah, I just want to see it.
But Chance reacted. I think Chance would. You're not gonna yell at Kanye, and he probably said some facts. And at the end of the day, we all know where Kanye was in that moment mentally. So
I'm just saying. I just want to see how
Chance
he
stood
took
there.
it.
For the most part, it was like 15 seconds after he was just sitting there. And he walked off.
It was 15 seconds. It was probably 5.
Okay, I get 5. Maybe I over exaggerated.
I want to see the minutes after. I know that nigga felt some type of way, like a zoom in on his face. Like I want to see how
this nigga want reality TV of that moment.
No, I do. Okay. I do. And that's kind of the thing.
Zoom.
Yeah. That's kind of the thing. Like if there's anyone that I want like a reality TV-esque thing from is Kanye and it's anything around Kanye.
Never gonna happen.
I mean, it's not. But on this documentary, I want to see some of that shit. Like
we're kind of saying the same thing. I'm more so saying like Kanye snapping. You're more saying Kanye snapping plus who he snapped on and the reaction of who he snapped on. Like nah.
Ooh, I want to see Yeezus era Kanye.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Imagine Travis Scott first baby. You feel me? Fucking with Ye and Yeezus, and then also the Jay-Z era. And I gotta see Dark Twisted Fantasy like clips. Where I know he was going crazy in there. Like do this, and Runaway when he made Pusha T do that verse like 40 times. I gotta see that.
Yeah, no.
There's no way.
You gotta see Pusha T on the mic like
exactly. There's no way Pusha was just like, all right, I'm ready. Okay. Like,
you know there was some yelling. You know there was going. So back
if they show that, if they show like a little bit more of the raw cuts and the more raw emotions, it's 10 out of 10. If they don't, and it's how Kanye directs it, whoever directs it, this is gonna be 9. But either way it goes, it's gonna be fire.
Yeah, it's gonna be an amazing documentary. Like, I'm a little bit. I mean, I guess I'm not upset because I feel like you said, he's kind of tail end of his career at this point. Yeah. But I feel like they could have. I feel like we still got 10 more years of good Kanye doing shit that we could put into a documentary.
I think it's gonna be a part series. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. That would be good. They're making it seem like it's a one-off. Like this Genius documentary is like a one-off.
That 20 years is gonna fit into one.
I don't think so.
That's why I think it's gonna be like shit that's not in it. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of like skipped certain eras. Like, and the reason why I'm saying that, I can be wrong, but I do believe if this goes over well, this is not the end of Kanye and Netflix. Mm-hmm. Like with most cases, my fault. When he works with a brand for the first time and it goes well, he usually sticks forever or sticks around for a while.
I want this shit to be like The Last Dance.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Like episodic, different eras. Like, that would be hard. Like, first episode is like pre-college drop. Like the first, I don't know what you would call it, but then each episode is like an album era. Because like there's so many things that go around with those album eras.
That would work, but it would have to be a lot of reshooting. Because which it probably worth some reshooting. I'm not too sure, but I know this shit like was being shot as a documentary from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I'm not too sure if it was a documentary as in BTS and then Kanye, or was Kanye actually speaking and taking some time out for I'm not too sure, but that would be fun. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah.
I would like to see it if it was like, because I didn't even think about that with the Last Dance, but how like Michael was like looking back at the old clips, like sitting in the chair, like if Kanye could do exactly that, he could copy the whole thing, and I'd be like, this is amazing. Talk about how you blacked out on talk about how you made record the verse 40 times.
That's crazy. Like that or
it just wasn't good enough.
No, you know what I want to see?
Time.
You don't want to see on dramatic, as you would say, TV and reality TV. The Call of Taylor Swift, bro. That would be fire.
I was about to say I want to see the aftermath of the VMAs. Like
I'm cool off of that.
I know there was a camera that was there walking off with him.
Yeah, I'm kind of cool off that. I want to see the call if it actually happened. If he said he was going to name drop her, if he didn't, which probably I'm not sure. It might be in there. I wouldn't be surprised if something sort. I just think this documentary is going to go over extremely well. It's going to be good for Kanye, good for Netflix.
There's no way it can fail.
It's going to be good for both parties. I think we're going to see a lot more.
Yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. Honestly, we could wrap it right there unless you want to talk about this.
No, I'm good.
Keep adding songs.
We could watch I can watch my game. So thanks, guys, for watching. If you love it, hate it, don't care. You love it, like it. Yeah, Mars, you got it from there, man.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching. We'll be back next week. Probably about to do another something light after this. Right.
Y'all got this one.
Yeah, nah, bro.
Something light is always gonna be like on the who's there, who's like. You gotta switch it up.
No, you're here. So you're here and there.
Done.
Yeah, done. You're here. All right, we are out of here.